Hello everyone. Today I am going to explain about the transconductance, output conductance and figure of merit of MOS transistors. Okay. So here the first one is we have that is transconductance. Generally transconductance will be represented with the G suffix M. Okay. So this is the Gm. Now here if we consider what is the definition of transconductance. So transconductance is defined as the ratio of change in drain to source current to the change in gate to source voltage at a constant value of drain to source voltage. Okay, so that is the definition of transconductance. Okay, so here we have the transconductance is the ratio of change in drain to source current IDS to the change in gate to source voltage at a constant value of VDS. Okay, so that is what we have the transconductance definition. Okay, so here if you observe this one, Gm is equal to delta IDS by delta VGS. Okay, delta IDS. Delta IDS means here it is the change in the drain to source current, and delta VGS is nothing but the change in the gate to source voltage at a constant value of drain to source voltage. Okay, but why it is called as transconductance instead of calling that conductance? Okay, so if you observe in MOS transistors or MOSFETs, okay, we have transfer characteristics. Okay, drain characteristics and transfer characteristics. Generally, the transfer characteristics will be drawn between the drain current and the VGS. Okay, so the transfer characteristics will be drawn between the drain current ID and VGS at a constant value of VDS. Okay, so this is how we have the transfer characteristics. Transfer characteristics are between characteristics. Generally, what is resistance means voltage by the current, but here conductance means the current by voltage. Okay, why it is called trans means here we are taking the transfer characteristics means we are taking that VGS versus ID. Okay, so here we are taking VGS versus ID. Okay, so transconductance is also comes from this transfer characteristics, because if you draw the graph between the VGS and ID, so those characteristics are called as what? Transfer characteristics. But if you calculate the conductance value in the MOS transistor between the VGS and ID, okay, then those that is called as what? Transconductance. Okay, here we have transconductance, output conductance. Two we have. Okay, transconductance means so the conductance if you calculate between the ID and VGS, the drain current and VGS, then the type of conductance is called as transconductance. Because here if you draw the characteristics between VGS and ID, so that characteristics are called as transfer characteristics. Okay, so that's why it is called as what? Transconductance. So transconductance of MOS transistor is defined as change in the drain to source current to the change in the gate to source voltage. So that is what Gm is equal to delta IDS by delta VGS, and VDS is constant. Okay, then what is this Gm calculation? Okay, what is the equation of this Gm in MOS transistors we have to see, and after that we calculate what is output conductance and what is figure of merit. Okay, so these three we have to calculate. So here we know that IDS is equal to, in the previous discussion, that is basic electrical properties of MOS transistors. So there we have derived IDS for non-saturation region and saturation region. For that purpose we have calculated what is the drain to source current, or we have defined the drain to source current. So IDS is equal to what? That is QC by tau SC. Okay, IDS is nothing but the drain to source current. Okay, here why I am using IDS means the electrons will force from source to drain. So the IDS direction is that is ID direction, or drain current direction is from drain to source. That's why it is represented as IDS. So IDS is equal to the charge induced in the channel by the transit time of the electron or the charge carrier. Okay, if it is n mass, we will consider the transit time of the electron. If it is a p mass, it will be transit time of an hole. Okay, so this is what we have. IDS is equal to QC by tau ST. QC is what? Charge induced in the channel. QC is nothing but charge induced in the channel after applying the VGS. Okay, by tau ST. Okay, tau ST is nothing but the transit time of the charge carriers. So here I am taking that n mass transistor. That's why I will consider here the transit time of the electrons. Okay, that is the time taken to move from source to drain. Okay, so this is about IDS is equal to QC by tau ST. But I require what? Delta IDS. So I am applying on both sides, that is change, that is delta IDS. So it is delta QC by tau ST. Okay, so it is delta IDS is equal to, I am taking as delta QC by tau ST. Okay, so here we require what is tau ST and what is the QC. What is the tau ST and what is the change in QC? Okay, so tau ST already we have calculated. That is nothing but here we have tau ST is equal to L square by mu VDS. Okay, we already calculated in the previous discussion. The transit time is equal to square of the length of the channel by mu VDS. Okay, so this is nothing but the transit time, and if I substitute this one in this equation, so what I will get? So I will get here delta IDS is equal to delta QC by tau ST. Tau ST is nothing but what? L square by mu VDS. Okay, now what happened here? L square by mu VDS means delta QC multiply with the mu VDS by L square. Okay, so this one I am taking as equation number 3, and here IDS is equal to delta QC by tau ST I am taking as equation number 2. Okay, so this is what delta IDS. So already one term is we have substituted, but another term we don't know. Okay, so here Q is equal to, we know that general formula Q is equal to CV. Okay, Q is equal to CV. Q is nothing but what? The charge induced, and C is nothing but the capacitance, and V is nothing but the voltage applied. Okay, so here what is QC here? QC is nothing but if you consider the transistor. So if you consider the transistor, here we have source and drain, and here we have gate. Okay, so this is nothing but polysilicon, and this one is nothing but the oxide layer, SiO2. Okay, so between polysilicon and this substrate, so it is a P substrate if I consider, right? So this will act as a what? Capacitor. Okay, so between the gate and the substrate we have SiO2 layer, right? So here we have to consider what is the charge that is induced. Charge that is induced is nothing but under this SiO2 is I am taking as Q. For how much voltage or for what voltage the charge will be induced is the voltage between the gate and source. Okay, so therefore my equation I will write it as QC is equal to, what I am writing here, QC is equal to the gate capacitance Cg multiply with the voltage what we apply is VGS. Okay, so here QC is equal to Cg into VGS. Okay, why I am representing this one is Cg, because here we have SiO2 layer. Okay, under this there will be a electrons accumulated, that is inversion layer accumulated. Okay, that charge we require. Okay, so how that charge will be required? So it is nothing but here if you apply the positive voltage, here the negative voltage will be negative charge will be induced. Okay, how much the charge we have to calculate is nothing but I am representing that one with QC, and here we have CG, because it is we are dealing with the gate and substrate, so that's why it is CG, and we are applying at this point is nothing but the VGS. For applying of as we apply the VGS, so because of that VGS only there will be a charge induced. Okay, and that is nothing but a capacitive effect. That's why here I am taking that QC is equal to CG into VGS. But what I require? Delta QC I require. Delta QC is equal to CG and delta VGS. Okay, so this is very important step in this derivation. Okay, right. Now here what we have, QC is equal to delta QC we require this one. Remaining all are known, that is mu VDS by L square, but delta QC we require. So that's why I am using this formula, Q is equal to C into V, but that formula I am applying for our NMOS transistor, so that the charge induced QC is equal to gate capacitance multiplied with gate to source voltage. So therefore delta QC is equal to CG into delta VGS. Okay, the same thing I am substituting here. Okay, here delta QC. So here change in the charge delta QC is equal to CG into delta VGS. From where we are getting this one means, from this discussion we are getting this delta QC is equal to CG into delta VGS. Okay, so the same thing I am substituting here, so that we will get the formula for GM, that is transconductance. So delta QC is equal to CG delta VGS mu VDS by L square. The same thing I have written here. So here we have delta IDS as it is here we have, and in place of delta QC I am substituting that CG delta VGS, that is CG delta VGS and mu VDS by L square. Okay, so this is about how you can calculate the delta QC or the change in the charge, okay, under that SiO2 layer or in the substrate, okay, between source and drain, right? So this is about the delta IDS. But what we require? We require GM is equal to delta IDS by delta VGS. Okay, delta IDS by delta VGS. But here what we have here? Here I have delta IDS I have, but I have here delta VGS. Okay, what we require is nothing but delta IDS by delta VGS. So I am taking this delta VGS to this side. Okay, therefore it is delta IDS by delta VGS. That what is the remaining things if I take this delta VGS here? So that is CG mu VDS by L square. Okay, so it is delta IDS by delta VGS, that is equal to CG mu VDS by L square. Okay, but from this equation number 1, so delta IDS by delta VGS is equal to GM. So the GM I am substituting here in the next step. Okay, so therefore from equation 1, GM is equal to delta IDS by delta VGS, so that is equal to CG mu VDS by L square. Okay, CG mu VDS by L square. So this is the transconductance equation in terms of the gate capacitance also. Okay, so therefore from equation 1 I will write GM is equal to delta IDS by delta VGS, that is equal to CG mu VDS by L square. So this is the equation of transconductance. Okay, so this is the equation of transconductance. So the transconductance is depends on particularly the mobility of the carriers, and at the same time the length of the channel and the VDS, drain to source voltage, what we are applying. So this is what we have, the transconductance, how it will defends. Okay, but here it is okay here up to this point, it is for non-saturation region. Okay, now if I consider the saturation region, so what is the VDS value here? Okay, for saturation region, VDS is equal to VGS minus VT. Okay, that is nothing but effective voltage of the gate. Okay, so here if I substitute for saturation region, VDS is equal to VGS minus VT. So this transconductance equation for the saturation region is nothing but GM is equal to CG mu, okay, VDS is equal to VGS minus VT by L square. Okay, so this is about the transconductance for non-saturation, and this is for the saturation region. Okay, so that's what here I have. For saturation region, we know that VDS is equal to VGS minus VT, or we can also write here that is nothing but effective gate voltage. Effective gate voltage. So VGS minus VT is nothing but the effective gate voltage. VGS minus VT is nothing but the effective gate voltage. Therefore, in place of VDS, I will substitute that VGS minus VT for the saturation region. Therefore, transconductance GM is equal to CG mu VDS means here VGS minus VT by L square. Okay, so that's what here we have the transconductance equation GM for the saturation region. So that is equal to CG mu multiply with VGS minus VT by L square. Okay, so this is the equation in terms of what we call gate capacitance for non-saturation region, and this is nothing but for the saturation region. Okay, and at the same time we can also get another equation here. We know that the CG is equal to epsilon A by D, generally the capacitance value, but here gate capacitance means epsilon insulator epsilon naught WL by D. Okay, so that's what here we know that this one, the gate capacitance CG is equal to, here CG is what? Gate capacitance. Gate capacitance. Okay, so CG is the gate capacitance, that is equal to epsilon insulator epsilon naught WL by D. So I am substituting this CG value in this equation. Okay, then what I will get? So therefore, if I substitute the gate capacitance equation, so we will get is GM is equal to, here in place of CG, epsilon insulator epsilon naught, okay, WL by D. So that's what I am substituting here, and we have already that mu VDS by L square. Okay, so if you observe this one, here we have L square is there, so we can write L into L. So this L will be cancelled with this L, and the remaining thing we will get in terms of this GM, that is transconductance, in terms of mobility of the carriers, epsilon insulator, that is nothing but permittivity of the free space and permittivity of the silicon dioxide. Next one is what? W by L, width and length of the channel, and VDS is drain to source voltage, and it is very important that D is nothing but the thickness of the SiO2. Okay, here D is thickness of SiO2 layer, okay, or insulating material, right? So these are the terms, and the GM in terms of epsilon insulator, epsilon naught, mu, and width and length of the channel. Okay, so this is about the transconductance what we have. So here first we have the GM definition, after that we have calculated IDS value. So after that we have substituted tau SD, and after that we have the QC, that is nothing but charge induced in the channel. So by taking the change in the charge, so by substituting all these things, we got the transconductance for saturation and for non-saturation. And for saturation, if you substitute VDS is equal to VGS minus VT, so we will get this equation. Okay, after that if you substitute CG value, so you will get another equation for the transconductance. Okay, now what we have here, output conductance. Then what is the difference between this transconductance and output conductance? Okay, so if you consider any MOSFET or JFET, we have two types of characteristics. Okay, we have two types of characteristics for these FETs, field effect transistors. One is the drain characteristics or output characteristics, and another one is the transfer characteristics. Okay, so in the drain characteristics, how we can draw the drain characteristics? The drain characteristics for a MOSFET can be drawn. Okay, here I will show that. Drain characteristics. Drain characteristics are drawn between, okay, so here we have drain characteristics, that is nothing but it is drawn between the drain to source voltage and the corresponding drain to source current, okay, at a constant value of VGS. Okay, so here if you consider this one is the drain to source and this one is the IDS or the ID we generally consider. So it is nothing but I will draw here like this. So these are the characteristics for the drain characteristics or output characteristics. So this one is VGS is equal to some positive value 1 and VGS is equal to from, I will show here in terms of VDD, 0.5 VDD suppose, and this is 1 VDD and this is 2 VDD, 2 times VDD like that. Okay, so here for different values of VGS, okay, here VGS is equal to, first I will take 0.5 VDD and next I am increasing the VDS so that I will calculate the IDS. So what is here? The drain characteristics will be drawn or the output characteristics will be drawn between the drain to source voltage and its corresponding drain to source current at a constant value of VGS. Okay, this is about what? The drain characteristics or output characteristics. Okay, so if you find out the conductance for this characteristics, for this output characteristics, that conductance is called as output conductance in our MOSFET. Okay, so how we will consider this trans conductance? If you calculate the conductance value by taking the VGS and ID, so we call that one as trans conductance. Similarly, here we have output conductance. Okay, so why it is called as output conductance? Because the output characteristics are drawn between the VDS and IDS. Okay, VDS and IDS at a constant value of VGS. Okay, so that's why this conductance calculated from the characteristics or from the values we call as what? The output conductance. Okay, so that's what here I am representing what is output conductance means. Okay, that is GDS. Here we have trans conductance we have taken, but here we are taking that GDS, G suffix DS, because the characteristics will be drawn between VDS and IDS, and the same values we are considering for the defining of this output conductance. Then how you can define this output conductance? So output conductance is defined as, generally conductance means the current by voltage. Okay, output conductance means here what? The change in IDS. It is the ratio of change in IDS, that is drain to source current, to the change in drain to source voltage at a constant value of VGS. Okay, so that is nothing but the output conductance what we have, right? So that is the difference between output conductance and trans conductance. So GDS is equal to change in IDS to the change in VDS. Sorry, here it is VDS. Okay, so it is the ratio of change in drain to source current to the change in drain to source voltage at a constant value of VGS. Constant VGS. So that is called as what? Output conductance. Okay, so this is about the output conductance. Now what we have, the final one is nothing but, in the aspects of MOS transistor, we have the final one, that is nothing but figure of merit. Okay, so the figure of merit is also defined as, or the figure of merit will use the relation between the trans conductance and the gate capacitance. Okay, so it will use the relation between, the figure of merit gives relation between GM, that is trans conductance, and the gate capacitance CG. Okay, so what is figure of merit means here? It will give the relation between the trans conductance and the figure of merit. Then what is the definition of it? Okay, so it is the ratio of, it will be indicated with omega naught. Okay, and it is defined as, it is the ratio of trans conductance to the gate capacitance. Okay, it is the ratio of trans conductance to the gate capacitance. So that is called as what? Here we have figure of merit. Okay, right? So it is nothing but, generally we have RC, right? RC is nothing but what? Time constant. Okay, so if you observe this one, conductance, reverse of resistance. So if I take that one as 1 by R, that is conductance opposite is reverse is resistance 1 by R, and it is CG. Okay, it is nothing but 1 by RC. RC is nothing but what? Time constant. Okay, so that is 1 by RC means here reverse of time constant, so that is nothing but frequency. Okay, so that is what here figure of merit. So figure of merit will gives the relation between the transconductance and at the same time the gate capacitance. Okay, and its equation is omega naught is equal to Gm by Cg. Okay, so I have calculated already that the transconductance value and at the same time the Cg value. If I substitute that, what I will get, we will see. Okay, so what is the Gm value here? Gm is equal to Cg mu Vds by L square. So that is I am substituting here Cg mu Vds by L square, and what we have, it is 1 by Cg. Okay, so it is Gm by Cg. Gm is equal to Cg mu Vds by L square from this equation number 4. Okay, so therefore it is Cg mu Vds by L square, okay, by 1 by Cg. So the Cg and Cg will be cancelled, and what we will have here, that is mu Vds by L square. Okay, mu Vds by L square. So what is the figure of merit? Omega naught, that is equal to mu Vds by L square. Okay, so mu Vds by L square, but for saturation region if you consider, so its equation is also becomes mu Vgs minus Vt by L square, because Vds is equal to Vgs minus Vt. So here figure of merit is equal to mu Vds by L square, or we can also written as mu Vgs minus Vt by L square. Okay, so this is the equation for our figure of merit. Okay, so therefore finally I am writing here omega naught is equal to mu Vgs minus Vt by L square, and here as it is we have here mu Vds by L square. So these two are okay. Up to this point we got that these two equations are came from this. Okay, omega naught is equal to mu Vgs minus Vt by L square, that is mu Vds by L square. So what is this equation here? We have considered tau Sd. What is tau Sd means? Okay, tau Sd is nothing but the transit time, that is equal to L square by mu Vds. Okay, we have L square by mu Vds. Suppose if I require 1 by tau Sd, so what it will becomes mu Vds by L square. The same thing I have written here, right? That is nothing but omega naught is equal to 1 by tau Sd, because tau Sd is equal to L square by mu Vds, but here it is in the reverse, that is mu Vds by L square. That's why omega naught is equal to 1 by tau Sd. Okay, so tau Sd is what? That is nothing but the transit time. Transit time means what? The time taken by the electron to travel from source to drain through the channel. Okay, so that is nothing but the transit time. Okay, so the transit time here we have omega naught. Okay, so the frequency we can also consider as figure of merit is the frequency. The frequency will be is nothing but 1 by tau Sd. Then what is the significance of this figure of merit? Okay, so if you observe this one, figure of merit states that, okay, so the speed of the, because why I am taking this one here, speed 1 by tau Sd is nothing but the frequency. Okay, so the time it will the speed will be represented by this tau Sd, or we can have the frequency. So that is why the figure of merit or the switching speed depends on what? Switching speed is depends on, you can observe here. So 1 by tau Sd we will consider as the switching speed, or omega naught also consider as the figure of merit will represents the switching speed. Okay, the switching speed omega naught or tau Sd is equal to what? Mu Vds by L square. Okay, so tau Sd is equal to, or omega naught is equal to mu Vds by L square, or mu Vgs minus Vt by L square. So here mu is what? Mobility of carriers. Mu is mobility of carriers, and VGS minus VT is nothing but effective gate voltage. So VGS minus VT is effective gate voltage. And what is this one? L square. So finally, what is figure of merit will represents? So figure of merit will gives that the switching speed of the device will depends on the mobility of the carriers and the effective gate voltage and inversely proportional with the square of the channel length. Okay, that's what here. So directly proportional with the speed will be directly proportional. The switching speed will be directly proportional with the mobility and the effective gate voltage. Effective gate voltage is nothing but VGS minus VT. So these two are in directly proportional with omega naught, but it is inversely proportional with the length of the channel, square of the length of the channel, right? So that's why here finally we have the conclusion: the switching speed depends on effective gate to source voltage. It depends on effective gate to source voltage or VGS minus VT, and the mobility, the carrier mobility, that means if it is electron mobility, NMOS means electron mobility. If it is a PMOS means it is holes mobility. It depends on which transistor we are dealing with. If it is NMOS transistor, so the carriers are here, electrons that are flowing in the channel, and if it is a PMOS, the holes will flow from source to drain. So that's why here we have the switching speed will depends on the effective gate to source voltage or effective gate voltage and the mobility of the carriers, and finally it is inversely proportional with the square of the length of the channel, L square. Okay, so that's what here. The switching speed depends on effective gate to source voltage, next carrier mobility, and inversely proportional with the square of the channel length. Okay, so this is the significance of figure of merit or what it will indicate. Okay, right. So then how we can increase the speed? Okay, so this omega naught will represents as the speed. Okay, the figure of merit will represent the speed. So that depends on what? Figure of merit or omega naught is equal to Gm by Cg. Okay, so if I increases the transconductance value, so automatically the speed will be increased. So that is one important point we have to notice. Okay, the speed of the device will be, or the switching speed of the device will be increased by increasing the transconductance value or the Gm value. Okay, so the transconductance value. Then what is transconductance? Okay, if you want to increase the transconductance, what we have to do? So if you observe this one here, the transconductance is directly proportional with the width of the channel. Okay, so suppose if I want to increase the speed of the switching speed of the device, so what I have to do? I require more amount of transconductance. So more amount of transconductance we will get when the width of the channel will be more. Okay, so if omega naught is nothing but the speed, that will depends on the or proportional with the Gm, and the Gm is proportional with what? The omega, W, that is the width of the channel. So finally here the conclusion is, okay, so the speed will be increased by increasing the transconductance, and the transconductance will be increased by increasing the width of the channel. Okay, because here the width of the channel and Gm is depends on width of the channel, proportional with the width of the channel, and speed is proportional with the Gm. Okay, so this is about what we have. Finally, the aspects of MOS transistor. Out of that, 2 points we have discussed in the previous class. That is nothing but the threshold voltage and body effect. What is body effect and all those things we have discussed in the previous class. But here we have the remaining aspects, that is transconductance, output conductance, and finally figure of merit. Their definitions and their equations and their significances. Okay, thank you. Thank you for watching. Subscribe our channel.